Now, welcome on, Bryden Atkins.
Thanks, Bennett Neil.
it's So how did your bull riding career sort of start?
Well, it's sort of just a family deal. Like me grandfather rode bulls and me old man rode bulls. So as a kid,
Yeah,
that's all I knew. Like
yeah,
just
cool.
tried to follow in the footsteps of me old man and everything. And
So you're third generation.
third generation. Yeah,
Yeah, and your grandfather, what was his name?
Morris Height.
Yeah, and he's sort of a legend around in rodeo.
Yeah, well, in back in the day, is
So he's. I know that I was speaking to your mum, and he went to the NFR for 5 events, and every time he nodded his head, he either got a score or a time.
yeah. Well, in the bull riding, the bronc riding, the bareback riding. I think it was the calf rope and the team roping.
Yeah,
And every time, you got a score or a time. It's unbelievable.
yeah,
Like
they're big shoes to try to fill.
exactly right. But to go to the NFR and to be perfect and not miss or not fall off is
Yeah,
unbelievable. Like,
it's huge, eh? Like you probably you wouldn't see it nowadays.
no way in the world. Not the way these bulls are, and
Yeah,
like
yeah, and and the way because there's just so much more breeding in all the stock. Not saying that there wasn't uh good bucking horses and good bulls back there. There just wasn't the amount.
yeah, exactly right. Like they would have had like their curios and the war chiefs and all that, but it's say only one or two of them. Now there's a whole pen of them.
And your grandfather, he rode War Chief, didn't he?
He rode war chief. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's 91 points in the old
Old
system.
scoring, yeah. Which what had been near 96 or something.
Yeah,
nowadays.
96 and 98 in the
New scoring
yeah,
system.
exactly right.
Yeah, wow.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. And did your father look up to him a lot, or it's on your other side?
He's on my mum's side, and
Yeah.
like my old man, he come from Western Australia, and this the way he started with a few mates at high school were into riding horses and going on a couple of rodeos, and
Yeah,
that's how he
cool.
started. He just kicked around with them and got started with them guys.
Yeah, sick. So he was first generation rodeo cowboy.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he grew up in town, and his mates riding horses and went to a few shows and all that, and then from there they started doing all right over there and come over to Victoria, and then
Yeah.
end up with Gary, and started rodeoing that way.
And he sort of did he camp at Gary's, or he sort of moved over and just started doing Gary shows?
I spent a long time at Gary's, like just rodeoing and helping Gary, and it's sort of a bit of a foundation for him at the start.
Yeah.
And then as time went on, he moved away, but he'd always go to Gary's because Gary wasn't that far away from us, and
Yeah.
yeah, Gary
And when he moved and got his own spot, is that still where you are now?
No, he started off there at Wodonga, like just down the road, and
Yeah.
then from there they moved to Chiltern Valley, and then started running like bull riding schools, and had Brad Pierce and Reese Anglin and all that coming out, and then later on, he ended up on this farm where I am now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And that's what you're doing full time now, is just farming?
Yeah, just farming and work for Corbin Parker.
Yeah.
And the boys at Corbin Parker there at Wodonga and Wangaratta and that. So yeah.
Yeah, cool. And we touched on your grandfather, but your dad had a very good career too.
Yeah, the old man, he went to the finals, I don't know how many times.
Yeah.
I think his last time got on ball when he was 46.
Yeah,
and
wow.
He was still, riding good. It was at, I don't know if it was Denny Master or where it was, but he's still getting on balls at 46 and still making the finals and doing good.
Yeah, wow. And you got to watch him as a kid?
Yeah, growing up, watching him as a kid and not really remembering, but later on, I was like 13, 14, going to them shows and that with him as a steer rider, getting to pull his rope and that and watching him get on was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, and he was sort of he taught you how to ride bulls?
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
Like, my whole foundation all come from Dad and getting on horses every day, riding horse around bareback, and you have to catch horse every day before school, and
Yeah.
and it's always on a horse, and then getting on a drum, a stationary drum, every night, and it's doing all the fundamentals sitting there
Yeah.
watching TV, and you're just always on the drum and just thinking about it. Even walking down the street and that, going from one school to another. With your you used to tell me tuck your chin into your chest so you can build your neck muscles up. I used to walk around with you.
So it's non-stop,
Yeah,
24 hours a
yeah,
day.
thinking about it all every day. Like that's what you're breathing, you're living, you're loving.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. Because I remember you told me you were watching the finals at home, and he would make you sit on the drum and sort of ride each bull. Like every time a bull would buck, he would get you to try to. What would you do on the drum to ride that bull?
Yeah, like if you sitting there and you'd be on like the stationary drum, and he go to you goes, what were the moves you'd make that old mate didn't to ride that bull?
Yeah,
And yeah, you visualise like how to, and then from stages he'll get you on the drum and get you make you get in them positions like you're about to fall off, and then so you knew the move to make to get out of that.
to pull yourself out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like instead of just riding it perfect all the time, he'd make you ride it not perfect. So if you ever got in that situation,
yeah,
yeah, you knew how to get yourself out and it'd be I don't
like
know.
a recovery move to
Yeah,
to
like
come from it.
it wouldn't be a forward, it'd be a reaction.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because Duggo, when he's like Brian Duggan, he'd been helping me out with some stuff and that on the drum. And he said he used to do it all the time. Sit to one side and then push his hand, kick the inside foot loose, and then to get back to
Yeah,
where you need. And
'cause
it seems like all them older fellas or in that generation used to train for that. And now we don't seem to see a lot of it. They're sort of just, it's all about being perfect. But you're not perfect on bulls, like.
no, exactly right. Like you're going to get in stages where they're gonna want to throw you off, and like the old man getting you used to hanging down the side and all this pushing forward and then throw your feet forward to get it back over top of that bull. Just try to get another jump in that out of him. Like, and then if it does happen, it's not go oh
Yeah.
fuck, because you know how to get out.
Especially if you're getting a bull to 7 seconds or seven something, that extra move could get you to the whistle.
Exactly right.
So like it's worth training for, or at least having it in your arsenal. So then if you ever do get in that bind, it could be the difference between having no money to get home or a bit of money to go to the bar.
Exactly right. Like that second, yeah, it's going from goes, what the fuck am I going to do to you know how to get out.
Yeah.
To get them extra few jumps out of that ball and finish him off.
Because you told me about how you were having a bit of a slump up north, and then your old man give you some advice about like what driving forward or something again, or making it a bit more simpler.
Yeah, I went the whole Northern run, not riding the ball, not even looking like riding the ball.
Yeah.
I had to come home, get back in the practice pen. And me and old man, like we got along and like house on fire, but he did bicker a bit, and but we're getting on balls at the practice pen, me and Sam Daly. And after, like, we're riding our balls for 10 seconds, it's because this wasn't finished our balls off. And then the old man comes up to me, he goes, I know you're probably not going to listen to me, but all you got to do is keep your arm out in front of you and just leave it there. Just track that ball.
Yeah.
And from there, we had Denny Utmaster coming up. It might have been on a Wednesday, we were practicing, and went to Denny, stepped out there, rode 3 out of 4 balls, and win Denny Utmaster. And the weekend after, win Merbean. And then a couple of weeks after, went to Wollongong, the Rodeo for Life.
Yeah.
Stepped out, be 90 points, and
Yeah, wow.
just a simple little thing like that, you know.
Yeah.
Like it,
Just changed your whole season around.
yeah, like you won 12 whatever grand in a few rodeos. Right.
And I was at the Denny Utmuster when you rode the 3 out of 4. You went 6.5, nearly 7 seconds on that fourth one too.
Yeah, well, I woke up that morning thinking, how cool would it be to ride all your bulls at, but yeah, Uncle Tom, I don't know who owned him now, but ended up throwing me off. I was, yeah.
Pretty dirty.
Yeah, well, he's the only one I thought I was going to ride the whole weekend.
Yeah.
The other 3, I threw my rope on it, thinking more than likely going to throw me off, but and it's going to try my hardest and
Yeah.
and rode him, and the one I thought I was going to ride threw me off.
Did you ever look into sort of like mindset stuff when you're doing that, or you sort of not big on like, because I know like a lot of fellas do meditation and all that. Did you ever get into that side of it?
No, I wasn't a real big fan. Like even
No.
listening to go a few capes, I wasn't.
Yeah.
I just believed in myself and how good I thought I was, and
Yeah.
from there I just threw me rope on and believing that there's nothing there's going to throw me off.
Yeah. So, did your old man win an Australian title?
He didn't win an Australian title. He's runner-up one year. He needs to ride. I think it was No Smoking there at Toowoomba, sorry.
Yeah, who owned that?
One of Gary's bulls.
Yeah, Gary McPhee.
One of Gary McPhee's bulls, sorry.
Yeah.
Big old Brafa bull and threw him off just on the whistle to win the bull, win the Australian title. But he won a couple of Victorian titles and all that when it was a pretty tough year. Jack Woodall and all them pretty good fellas at the time.
Because I've had Jack on here too and spoke about him, and we spoke about your old man, and he was around that era, and he loved how your old man taught too. Like, you keep it so simple. The way he was explaining bull riding and everything was extremely simple. Can you abbreviate on how he'd sort of teach? It's sort of
hard because the old man was very good at teaching people. He had the time and the patience to show and to sit there and watch everyone, and goes, well, this is what you need to do. He reckons your front end jumps that eye, your back end comes that eye.
Yeah.
So if you can stay at over top of them bulls, arch your back, push forward, there's no way they can throw you off. Just go forward.
Yeah.
Get off your ass and push.
Yeah.
And a lot of these fellas say, I got too far forward. But if you do the right things, you can never be too far forward. Even Jack Woodall said if he didn't get off with hair on his vest, he wasn't over top of it. Because, that's where there's no power there.
Yeah.
It's all right to sit up and ride in there for a few jumps, but if you get in trouble, your safety zone's over that hump.
Yeah.
So there's no power in the rink. So if you go back down, get a couple more rounds out of him, and just to finish him off,
Yeah.
But he was good at getting people on, like just on the set. There's no drop barrels, no nothing, just on a stationary drum and just using that and just do the fundamentals.
Yeah. And that's with your career, you train mainly just on a stationary drum?
Just on a stationary drum. And there's no... when I was in the States at college, I had like a Mighty Bucky I got on a bit, but other than that, it was just on that big oil drum and just do everything correct. If you done everything correct on that, because it was hard. Yeah. And then you go out and do it properly. Yeah, because riding horses was a big thing. Yeah. Get on horses bareback and doing figure eights and just on the horse every day, getting that rhythm. Yeah. It's the same rhythm as riding a bull, as riding a horse. The front feet come like that. But
and it's when you're riding a horse bareback, you're naturally keeping your balance, so you're staying in the middle and you're using your same muscles as riding a bull. Like you're using all the groin muscles, the squeeze, and you're all going forward and everything. Yeah. Yeah, awesome. And did you get much advice from your pop with your bull riding career or not really? Not really. My pop got hurt there back when he was rodeoing, so he's sort of a bit buggered. Yeah. But at the time, he was still like leading Australian titles and that when he did get hurt. Yeah, wow. Because didn't a horse flip on him or something? I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And it hurt him. So I sort of didn't have that much guidance from him, but always knew the legend he was. Yeah, yeah. And I guess every time you went to a rodeo, people would remind you. Yeah, exactly. And I remember he'd always come to the Chiltern Rodeo and watch me, and it was pretty cool. Like I probably didn't appreciate it as much as I do now. Yeah, but it's always the way, eh? Yeah, exactly. Right. You can't put an old head on young shoulders, unfortunately. Yeah, but anyway. And what's did your mum had a career in rodeo? Yeah, she rodeoed, she barrel raced and breakaway rope. Now she team ropes, does all these team roping jackpots and all that. Yeah. Got a nice arena at home. They run schools and everything. Oh, cool. And what was your mum's name again? Debbie Height. Yeah. Was Debbie Atkins, but... Yeah. Now Debbie Height. Yeah. Yeah. And she's running pretty regular schools in like... Aaron Booklock and Corey Heath, they had a team roping school there a little while ago, and they run a jackpot. Might have been end of last year because Bundalong didn't run. I think they'll have one out there, but I don't know if it ran or if it rained or something. But anyway. They're always poking about doing something. Yeah, they're always roping out there, practicing and that. Yeah. It's got looking good out there. Yeah, cool. And you got any brothers and sisters? I got a little sister. Yeah. Named Riley. And she's in a rodeo too, or?
Yeah, she was rodeoing a little bit like as with kids and all that growing up, and now she's got a family and husband and whatnot. So she's sort of a bit out of that because she only just got a young family.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
awesome.
yeah.
So how old were you when you started like getting on steers and that?
Like I used to, as soon as I could walk, getting on arrows and potties and sheep at home and and whatever else. And
Anything that moves,
yeah,
you try to ride it.
yeah, pretty well. There's terrorising everything, and but yeah, then moved in with the old man probably when I was 13, 14, and started like actually rodeoing properly, and yeah, from probably then on and until 28, this rodeoing pretty well flat out.
Yeah, and so like you won a steer riding title.
Yeah, won Australian title riding steers 3 times
Yeah,
in a row, and then from there progressed on to getting on open bulls and.
because didn't weren't you the number one bull rider and you're still in high school?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Just doing high school, number one bull rider in Australia, but sitting there flying around to all these rodeos, like, and yeah, you're still a kid in high school.
And you just turned 18 or 17 turning 18 when?
Just I was 17, turned 18, like
Yeah.
I was turned 18 in February, but when I was leading the pro tour, I would have been 18 by the end of say April.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And how did you go that year at finals?
I did no good at the finals, but end up fourth overall.
Yeah.
But yeah, won a few good rodeos like Konkari and all them rodeos like that.
Because what year was it? What's the bull you own that you bred all your cows with for the Gary McPhee bred?
All the talk.
All the talk, because
Yeah.
you went 90 on him.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to be 90 at your hometown rodeo. Like grew up, went to primary school and that in Chilton. To go get on all talk and be 90 points to win your hometown rodeo, I thought that was pretty cool. But and even just go and buy him to have him
Yeah.
in your paddock and boy, you been 90 on breeding all your bucking cows and oh, that's a pretty cool deal.
Yeah. I think I like all that sort of stuff. That like,
Yeah,
do
like
that
it's-
extra bit, and then now you got like bunch of calves and that on the ground from him, and
Yeah, and it's a sentimental deal from him, and he's a very good bull, and it's going to be interesting to see all these potties come through, and hopefully they're half as good as he is.
yeah. This should have a bit on. If
Oh,
they are.
hopefully. I'm pretty happy I'm not getting on him anymore.
So from Australia, what year did you end up going to the States?
I went over there in 2011,
Yeah.
first year of college.
And what college did you go
I
to?
went to Western Texas College at Snyder.
Yeah.
That's where like Brad Pierce and Reese Anglin and all.
Yeah, cool.
It's pretty well the foundation for all us Aussie boys to go to at the time. Everyone went to Snyder with Greg Rhodes, and from there, yeah.
And it's pretty cool because like there's all guys you look up to, and like especially everyone in Australia is looking up to. So it's cool to go to that college and be doing the same thing.
Yeah, well, as a kid, like looking up to Reese and Brad, and to actually go and do what they were doing. That like as a 13, 14-year-old kid, that was
Yeah.
your whole dream to go
Yeah.
go to America on a scholarship and rodeo over there.
And you're there for 2 years. You're on the scholarship.
Yeah, I spent 2 years there at college, and then from there I spent another 2 years over there pro rodeoing and doing bull rides and all that.
Yeah. And then another 2 years after.
Yeah, there's 2 years at college. And
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
And then 2 years just rodeoing.
And what was your highlight when you were over there? Like what rodeo was your favourite?
Oh no, I fought Austin, the $1 Million Tour rodeo. They're making short go, getting on D&H's S22 priceless in the short go there was pretty cool. Or
Did you ride him?
Nah, I warned him right up.
Yeah.
And he threw me off. But probably the best bull I got on over there, I thought, was Diamond S's Big Iron.
Yeah.
I remember as a kid at home watching him on all the NFR tapes and going to Extreme Bulls at Fort Worth
And getting to get on him.
yeah, I got on him and I said to someone, "Is this actually the Big Iron?" He goes, "Yeah, is his last trip." End up riding him. They got me for slapping him.
Yeah.
They 20-40 him on both sides to be
Yeah, wow.
96 points.
Yeah, big number.
Yeah, but
Higher than both of us can count.
yeah, but that was one of my highlights, and it was the first time they bucked him. But like even the year before, I was sitting there with Colt Bruce and his mum and dad and all that. We watched the short go at Fort Worth, and I said to myself, I want to be at this rodeo next year,
Yeah.
and to be able to ride at that rodeo the year after, and be able to get on and travel with them guys, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. We'll just take a quick break now, and then we'll get back and keep talking about America.
Right, sounds good.
So you did 4 years in the States and then headed home?
Yeah, I did. I broke my leg over there, and then flew home, and I did fly back and do the UBBI World Finals, and then from there I didn't go back again. But
Yeah.
yeah, then just stayed over here rodeo, and then
And what year was that you flew back and sort of semi-stayed here?
I would have been about 2014 or something.
Yeah.
From 2011 to 14 or 15 or whatnot.
Yeah.
Was over there.
And did you find a big difference between the bulls in the States and the bulls here?
I reckon it was a lot easier when you first went from here over there, because everything over there is kicked and spin. Hunmole now,
Yeah.
they're pretty true to their delivery. Like they're just young little buckers.
Mm.
Over here, we got them old bulls that have been bucked 100 times, and they got them old tricks and want to drag their ass and roll and all that. Over there, everything's young, fresh, and it's bucky. Like, everything gets it on right there, Hunmole now.
Yeah.
Like there's not many of them old bulls at around to learn all them old tricks. Like, so yeah,
Because they got that many young good ones coming through, they just keep turning them over.
pretty well. Like I went for like a long time to even get on the same bull twice.
Yeah, wow.
Like I used to have every bull in my diary, like all them rodeos and all that, because you had to keep a diary and when to enter and what rodeos. Because like over here, like you enter on a Monday,
Wednesday,
or Thursday, and
Yeah.
then draws come out Monday. Over there, some of the rodeos might be like 3-4 weeks out. Like so, you got to
Yeah,
enter them before you even get callbacks, and so you had to keep a diary and whatnot to see where we were and when you wanted to be entered up. And it's a lot more than just entering rodeos.
Yeah,
And
not
then
like here.
yeah, and even them fellas over there, like you go through stages where you'd have a same circle and you wouldn't see a few of your buddies because they'd be all ended up different to what you were, and other times you'd be all ended up the same, and it's yeah.
And speaking of like having the diary and like knowing the bulls, I know that was a big thing. Your old man sort of he knew every bull on the circuit, sort of what he did and all that. Did you carry that into your career?
As a kid, like I used to know every one of them bulls' names, numbers, which way they went. I used to have, like, especially going to Gary's and all that. You've seen all them young bulls coming through as getting on dummy and then getting on as 2 and 3 year olds and whatnot. And then later on, when they get older and in the open, you'd have them fellas come up to you and ask what they were. And cause I knew everything, cause I studied them and like I just loved them,
Yeah.
you know. And but then later on, like especially going over there, there's thousands of them. So
You couldn't keep up.
you couldn't really keep track of them. And then, yeah, you sort of just got on them. But, yeah, as a kid, that's what you wanted to do. Like, you study them and appreciate them and the whole
So
deal.
in the States, you only remember the really good ones or the really horrible ones?
Pretty well. Like, I'd have them all in my diary, what rodeo it was and what I did and what I did on that bull and like a comment.
Yeah.
Like if he was good or whatever, and his number and his name and the whole
And
deal.
Did you sort of write a spiel on sort of like either you rode him or if you bucked off, what you felt you did wrong when you bucked off to try to correct it if you ever ran into him again?
I did.
Mm.
Like let's say I got on I don't know whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I need me comments, I'd say I should have kept my elbow down.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Or
Yeah.
he was cool and I was 84 points on him.
Yeah, yeah.
He felt good and yeah.
And even when you did ride him, would you still have a comment of something that you think you could
Yeah.
have done better or?
Not so much I could have done better, I just he felt good, like just a positive.
Yeah.
Like just a positive comment, and then how many points it was. Like, yeah, you had the bull's number, the name, and the whole deal, and then you just go back through and goes, oh, you look at pro bull stats and goes, you got on him at such and such, and you go back and look through your diary and goes, oh, this is, his number,
Yeah.
and I remember you now.
And did so a lot of guys would share information when you're in the States on like what bulls were what and what they sort of did.
Yeah, pretty well. Like it's fair bit different over there. Like it's a big industry. Like the best guys in the world are the best fellas in the world.
Yeah.
Like they don't get to that point by being arrogant and stuck. No, like that's where you get all your sponsors
Yeah.
and everything. Like to be the best over there, you got to be a good person to go with all that. And
Yeah. Yeah. Because no one wants to help you otherwise.
exactly right. Like you go to a little bull ride and these little fellas get around like they're JB Mooney, like but they weren't. And then go to them big rodeos and like JB or Cooper and all them fellas, and like they would, like we stayed at Cooper Davis's place and hang out with him and just get on the piss and that. Like
Yeah.
best guys in the world are the best fellas in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, I found that too. Like you, even at like local shows, you come and some guys are a bit standoffish, and then the fellas that are in the open winning the bull rides first want to come pull your rope, help you out, especially if they know that you don't really know what you're doing or that they want to help and sort of keep.
Yeah, them guys that are doing good, they're always out there pulling like steer riders rope and like I remember as a kid, if like Brad Pierce or Reese Anglin come and pull my rope, getting on a steer, like I'd feel like I was
10 foot tall.
Yeah, exactly right. Like, and if I had that feeling when I was a kid, imagine what the kids are feeling when you do that for them.
Yeah. Like, keep passing it on.
Yeah, like just go pull a rope and just be nice.
It's well, it costs you nothing. So
exactly right, and boost them little young fellas up. I remember like Sam Woodall and Jack Woodall, Joe and Joe Down, and all them young fellas coming through.
Yeah.
Like you nearly go down the line just pulling ropes in the junior bull ride. Yeah, then like down them Woodall shows and that. Like, yeah, it's cool as.
And someone told me about this funny story at Kai Abram with your helmet or something.
Oh yeah, I was getting on Bardo, which big cantina. Like Brad and Reese, they didn't like getting on him. They don't get along with him. And he had these funny horns, which they curled up and so funny. And Brad Pierce jokingly said to me, "Geez, it'd be funny if your helmet got stuck in him." So I went and put my rope on him, and so I went up there and measured.
With your helmet.
Yeah, measured with your helmet. My helmet wouldn't fit, but my vest was. So I made sure that didn't happen. Ended up being 87 on him, so it worked out all right.
You had nothing to worry about then in the end.
I was too scared not to.
I was talking to Jack Woodall, and he was telling an old story about when he was getting on bareback horses, and he was speaking to a fella that he was learning off. He goes, "Oh, what do I do about hang-ups?" And then the fella tells him, "Just be shit scared of him."
Don't want any part of it. You won't get in them.
Yeah, if you're that scared of him, you're never going to get in that. Yeah. So that was the same with getting that helmet stuck, just to be that scared of it.
They didn't want that happening because there's no way out. I was thinking it's going to have to run him in the catch pen and knock one horn off just so I can get out.
Because when you come back to Australia, you sort of end up collecting a fair few sort of big name bulls that you end up making some big rides on. What was some of the names of the bulls that you end up riding back in Australia? Because I know that you, the fella that you own now.
Yeah, all the talk.
You're 90 on him.
I was 90 on him. I was 90 on a bull at Wollongong called Turbulence.
Yeah.
I was 90 on Biggle Bast.
Yeah.
I was 90 once on Bull Port Ferry called A Little Bit Special. That was a pretty cool deal. I was last man out, $5,000 bull ride, only score.
That's always nice.
And then I was also 90. The first time I was doing 90, I was in a bull called Two-Toner Ronnie Woodall's there at Mount Gambier. I was only like a kid before I went to America.
Yeah.
He's a little pisser. But yeah.
Yeah, wow. So you end up collecting a few over your career.
I rode a few of them good bulls, and I thought the coolest bit was being every score from 80 to 90.
Yeah. Like, every one of them.
Yeah.
So from 80, 81, 82,
82 all the way, 88, 89, 90, all the way.
Yeah, that's cool.
I thought that was pretty cool.
So how long did you actually ride bulls from the moment you started on bulls to when you retired?
like getting on open bulls, or
Yeah.
I started getting on open bulls in end of 2009. I was getting on them in the bushies because you're allowed to,
Yeah.
but in the pros and all that, it started in the end of 2009, 2010
Yeah.
until say 2020, I think, before the old man passed.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, what's that? 10 years getting on open bulls.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
And what was when you end up retiring? How did that come apart? Like, what sort of led you to knowing that you're done riding bulls?
Just the want to go
Yeah.
and go get on them. Like, you can step out there and say you be 86 points, but it didn't actually mean as much as what it did.
Yeah.
Like when you're young, like as when you're young, you're froth, but you looked up to them guys and you wanted to be them guys. But
Yeah. All you dreamt about was being 88 points.
yeah, exactly right. And then after that, you sort of get to a stage where it, it sort of doesn't matter. And then there's other things in life come in. The old man got crook and a
Yeah.
passing, and then had to go look after the farm and whatever else. So there's other obligations come in. Yeah,
Yeah, because I had the same thing with fighting. Like I did it. I started boxing when I was 12. Had my last fight at 27, and when I walked out into the ring, I was fighting in Austin, Texas, and walked in there, and I just didn't want to be there. I didn't care about winning, losing, nothing. I just that fire and want to win or do good, it was gone. So then I just from
yeah,
then on, I did that fight and lucky enough to win it, and then that was when I just went bull riding and never looked
yeah.
back. Like I knew that there's no urge to ever do it. So probably the same feeling you end up feeling.
Exactly right. I was out there doing it for the wrong reason. I was doing it because everyone expected me to be there, and everyone wanted me to be there, and whatever. But I personally, I was just doing it for everyone else other than myself. So
Yeah,
yeah, until
and
I walked away and seen what I actually really wanted to do. Yeah,
yeah, and now so like if you don't have that sort of fire in you, like it's way too dangerous to be getting on bulls if you don't actually want to be there.
exactly. It's a dangerous enough sport. If you're not doing 110, 120%, you're only going to get yourself hurt and everyone else. Like them, you're going to put them bullfighters in danger.
Yeah,
Like run bulls up for no reason. Like the
yeah,
contractors bring them bulls expecting someone going to ride them.
mm,
So you're only wasting everyone's time.
yeah.
You
If you're
do it-
gonna get out and just look at the ground straight away,
exactly.
yeah,
You're wasting your time and everyone else's.
yeah,
You do it's a sport, you do it properly or you don't do it at all.
yeah. And so now with the farm, you're running a fair few bucking bulls now.
Yeah, got a few bucking bulls at home.
Well, I went out there a couple of days ago, and there's 50 bucking cows out
Yeah, they're turning into a plague.
there.
50 bucking cows with the 30 bucking bulls at home. Might have got a bit excited. But yeah, but the way I got them bucking bulls and that, I just went and got from lines and like stock that I wanted to go get on myself. Like
Yeah.
I wanted to breed from stuff that I'd go get on personally.
Mm.
Like that, yeah. Well, them good bulls are Gary's, Happy's, and Eddie
Yeah.
Malcolm's, and everyone. Them bulls are like them lines that I like getting on.
Yeah.
They're the ones I'll put into my string and put all talk over, which is a bull I love getting on too.
Yeah.
To try breed a penner.
Bulls that you would have loved to get on if you're
Yeah,
still riding.
exactly right. And bulls that people would like to go and get on
Yeah.
instead of them big horrible
Yeah. Lunging, belly rolling.
Yeah, like I thought that was the honest way about going about it. If you're not going to go get on yourself, why do you expect someone else to go get on?
Yeah. And you find like you lost the love for bull riding yourself, but you found another love for the breeding side of it and carting bulls and
Always love cattle and bucking bulls. That's my favourite animal. So, yeah, still stay relevant in the sport is to play with my bucking bulls. I play with them every day to get fed. I mean, good bulls get fed twice a day. Just keeps me
yeah, they're a
going
bit
to-
spoiled. I've seen the way you're treating them. I was
Yeah.
like, lucky they don't see the way mine get treated because not like that.
But yeah, I just love being around them, and I have as a kid. And cattle is my favourite animal, so if I get to play with cattle every day, I'm pretty happy.
Because you don't just have the bucking cows on your place. You got a big commercial sort of herd too.
Yeah, we got about 300 commercial breeding cows and all that. So yeah,
enough to keep you busy anyway.
Yeah, no, it's good. And then between working with Corbin Parker and Eric else, and yeah, it's good. And then getting play with your bucking bulls is just a positive.
Yeah. And what's some of the bloodlines that you have in your bucking cows?
Right. Like you still got a few old school bucking lines, like you got your Bambis, your Tornadoes, and like your Woodall stuff. You got your Evilizers and everything, but there's still and what's there a few chain gangs and all that from Georgia. Like there's a whole heap of different stuff from everyone, and
Yeah.
like you've obviously got your destinations, and then you still got a little bit of American stuff coming through. Like you got a couple Margie times,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
there's might be a prime time heifer there, and a hillbilly deluxe cow and all that. So yeah, just all different stuff.
Yeah.
Mix it, and then throw an all talk out there and see what hits.
Yeah. Mix enough together and hopefully something sticks.
Yeah.
And you've got a few young fellas you've been helping out, getting on bulls and teaching.
Yeah, little Jake of Alice, this young fella, done a bit of work at home, and just what's he, 15, 16-year-old, and been at home.
He rides good, eh?
He rides real good. The other day he went in Chilton, like he got a little bob in the novice. Kevin Sutherland's 84 or something on him open like 2 weeks before. He said he's 80 points in, won the novice bull ride on open ball. Rode the arse out of it. Well, I guess, yeah, had a few young fellas coming through. And
that'd be a pretty cool feeling, like fellas that started at yours and then go and watch them ride Little Bob. And
yeah, that's the best thing about it. Like to go and be able to put back in and what sounds like your bulls, watch them get better and better and go away and do good is a pretty cool deal.
Yeah, and that's one thing you want to keep trying to passing on is sort of like rodeo give you a lot and then just keep giving back now.
Yeah, exactly right. Just try and get them good young fellas going and try and help them out as much as you can and show them what like the old man has taught me and what I can give back to them fellas to get them fellas going to go away and do good. Like,
yeah.
It's a pretty cool deal.
And then they can sort of follow in your footsteps, get into college, go to America. And
yeah, just try to get that foundation there for them so they can go away and be the best they can.
Yeah. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on, Bryden, and thanks for coming down. I know you're a bit nervous coming on, but you did good, and I think a lot of people will enjoy hearing a bit of your story.
Awesome. Thank you, Bennett.
Cheers, mate.